Good morning, good morning, good morning. This your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Legaldoc Talk 24/7. This is Cassandra. I am just briefly going live this morning to address a few things. Number one, if people don't know, I am a paralegal and this is my livelihood. This is what I do on a day-to-day basis. This is not something that good morning, Jasmine. This is not something that I do. Um, how can I say this? I'm not a content creator. I am just passionate about what I do. And first and foremost, I am an educator. So I do like to educate people on things that they may not have knowledge on. Now, besides that, I am a paralegal. I do work with attorneys in criminal law, civil rights, family law, personal injury across the United States. So this is something that I just randomly do or wanting to do content. No, I want to. Good morning, Mimi. Good morning. It is just something that I want to do because I have knowledge and this is my bread and butter besides teaching. So when I go through these legal docs, I know what I'm talking about. If I did not go through these dockets and these legal docs, these pleadings, then I surely do not need to be in the field that I am. And I definitely don't need to be providing, this information to you guys because that will be false information. So I do wanted to address that. Yeah, you're right, Jasmine. You're right, but I just, I'm a very active person, so I do like to go and look at comments and everything and try to address some things because what I've noticed in the comments is that people they will probably watch 30 seconds and then make their conclusion off of that. And one thing I do teach in my GD classes is that you can't draw a conclusion based off a few pieces of information. You have to understand the whole context, but that's neither here nor there. But my real purpose was to come on here and it's not going to be a long live. This is like my first time doing this. So I just want to make sure I'm doing this well. You're welcome, Jasmine. I was so happy. Yeah. So, and it's crazy because I put on my teacher hat. And so I never think that what I'm doing is actually being accepted on you guys' end. So it's good to hear feedback and everything. Trust me, if it's not good, please let me know. Please let me know. So what I did want to do this morning is just kind of go over good morning, Jay say Prince. How are you doing? There is some type of confusion that I have seen where people are commenting, well, the charges were dropped from a felony to a misdemeanor. And I'm just getting tired of explaining to people that these are two separate cases. One is in Oklahoma, one is in California. So that's why I wanted to go live so I can actually show you guys the court dockets for each case. Okay. Let me share my screen. Yeah. I was like, before I start working, let me do this. I really don't want to work today. I really want to go fishing, but that's another story. Okay. So I am pulling up Cali's court docket. Okay. This California case is regarding the James Wright case. So everybody's going to see that I am not photoshopping or whatever the case may be. Okay. Yeah, that's what they're saying. But here is the thing. Where are people getting their information from? When I first logged on to YouTube, who I seen was Smiley. Smiley's cool and all, but I'm not taking no information until I see something updated on a court document. I don't take nobody's information. Clients call me all the time and I start working on their case and they're not truthful with me and I find out stuff on that. So I don't take no until I physically see it. So let's see, 24, and it's sad because I got this girl's case memorized. I need a this is cuckoo. Yeah. Now I did see DJ Sky, but the only thing she posted was the 28th, and it's like 28th can mean anything. But at the end of the day, Oklahoma still has a hold on her. Now I can't say exactly, yeah, they're going to come get her, but a lot of people don't realize it is a possibility that Oklahoma will come get her. In the Oklahoma order, if you guys have been watching my videos, she is going to be responsible for paying restitution, which means that she has to, like, if they have to come get her, she has to pay for that. So that's more fees and costs that's added on to her case. It clearly states that in the order. So right now it's just a waiting game. Are we going to see Chrisean get picked up by Oklahoma? It is a possibility. We just don't know. Now, in California, what she was arrested for was this here. This is the James Wright, but this is the criminal case. This is not the civil case, the personal injury case. This is the criminal case where she was charged. When they completed the investigation for James Wright case, the LAPD forwarded the case to the district attorney's office on the 18th. On the 18th, they reviewed it. They had to make the decision. And so they decided to file criminal charges. So this is why we have the state of California, or the people of the state of California versus Chrisean, is because they decided to file to file a case regarding the criminal charges. She was charged with an assault with a deadly weapon, which was her rings, right? Because there's no firearm, but there was her rings. Once again, if you went back in my video, you'll notice that they stated champion style rings. So though they considered as weapons. Number 2, the second count was battery on a person. So, and I don't want to say allegedly, but I'm going to say allegedly until they prove otherwise. Rock punched him in the nose, face, and it caused lacerations and all this, chipped tooth and all this other stuff. So those are the 2 charges. Now, if she has another court hearing this morning at 8:30. Right now I'm in Texas, it's 7:15. So it's 4 or 5 at Cali. So we got a couple of hours, and I'm going to keep an eye on this so we can figure out what's going on. All right. So that's that. Once again, she had a hearing on the 12th, a hearing on the 13th, and a hearing today. So right now she is still in custody. She said he must knew someone because they didn't have enough information. That who knows? So that is that. Oh, one thing I do want to show y'all, and I'm giving y'all all my little websites. Now, for this particular case here, and I like this because I don't want to go into my personal systems. So for her criminal case, she does have an attorney. His name is Thomas R.F. Jones. All right. Now, in Oklahoma, and I'll show you guys that in 1 second, it's unclear if she has an attorney. Now, if this California lawyer wants to also represent her in Oklahoma, that can be done, but he has to complete a pro hoc vice application. Is it uncommon to have multiple back-to-back hearings? That is a good question. And honestly, I have never seen where they are constantly having back-to-back hearings, unless I would say possibly for the first hearing, she didn't have an attorney. Then the second hearing, she, between that time, she got an attorney. And he continued the hearing only because he needs to familiarize himself with the case. And that brings us to today. That's the only thing that I can think of. Now, I have seen where someone didn't have a criminal law attorney, and they call us and, they pay whatnot. And then I file a notice of appearance. And then the attorney will appear for that hearing, and then he will continue it, but it will be for like 30 days out. So having it back to back, I'm not really sure. And you guys can see right here. Oh, I guess there we go. So you guys can see. So here, have, let's see, right here. So the 12th, it says held and then continued by court. So she could have appeared without an attorney, and then she was like, okay, I need to get an attorney. All right. So then yesterday, it was also continued, which means that, okay, an attorney probably appeared, but he wanted to continue so he can get more information. And this is just my opinion, okay? But this is based off of what I've seen from experience. So it's continued, and now here we are today. So we are just trying to figure out what is going to happen this morning with these two charges here. So it could be a possibility. We just don't know. We honestly don't know. Once again, I'm not taking anything from Smiley. And it's just what it is. Now, the cool thing is about this case, if one of these were to drop off, I want to see how it is going to affect the personal injury case. Because if you watch my last video, then you understand that there's also a civil case. And in order to have damages, you have to prove through medical records and psych evaluations, if you're claiming mental anguish and all that other good stuff, you have to prove that these things happen. So I want to see how this is going to correlate with the civil case. But anywho's, so that is that. Okay. I don't want to go into the other system, but Oklahoma does have a hold. So going over to Oklahoma, and as y'all can see, here it is. I'm not photoshopping nothing. It's not okay. And I'm answering your question, Jasmine. Her whole case is weird because why it's always a delay in her paperwork. It's not a delay in the paperwork, and I'm just going to be 100 with you guys. How can I say this? Behind the scenes on our legal, not our legal, but on our end, how can I say this? For California, I don't know. But I don't think that there is any delay in paperwork. It is just a matter of, do you have an attorney? If you do have an attorney, then they are going to be actively working on your case. If you don't have an attorney, it's just there. Who's actually working on your case? Nobody. So because she just got this criminal defense attorney for California, that is why things are moving. I'm sure, guys, trust me, if she had an attorney for these cases, we wouldn't be here because things will be handled. All right. For Oklahoma, there's assault and battery charges. For Oklahoma, this is possession of CDS. Now they call it a CDS, but it's not controlled substance. It was actually just Mary Jane. That's the way just Oklahoma has it in their system. These are felonies. These charges, she was sentenced, and there was an order that stated you have a deferred sentence. Your deferred sentence, instead of you going to jail for 30 days, you are going to do 120 hours of community service within 6 months. She has already been sentenced. These felonies cannot reduce because she has already been sentenced. Okay? Now, the reason why, and once again, referencing my other videos, this was the first application to accelerate deferred sentence. So not only did she not check in, not do orientation, not provide them with the updated address, not provide them with the status of her employment, one of the rules were you not to be questioned or arrested by pretty much the police. And she did just that in the Wovicki case when charges were brought against her, as well as the James Wright case. So all of the other cases that people are saying she was on the red carpet and she knocked somebody and blase, 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 if they did not file criminal charges, she did not violate. She only is in violation when she is questioned, brought in for questioning, or if she is arrested. Point blank, period. The civil cases that they have filed against her, those are just for personal injury. Civil and criminal are two completely different, separate areas of law. They have nothing to do with each other. Okay? So this is the application. This was the order where he said, okay, since you violated the order that they did back in March, right here, what they do, when she did the plea, he went ahead and signed an order and issued a bench warrant for her arrest. And that's where we are now. So Chrisean could have been all over the United States. She could have been in South Carolina. And if she got arrested by the police, that's a violation of the Oklahoma order. If she was arrested and put and placed in custody, Oklahoma would have had a hold in South Carolina. If she was in Texas and she was questioned by the police, or she got into, some altercation and she was arrested and held in Texas, Oklahoma would have had a hold on her because there was a bench warrant out for her arrest. That is correct. So even if they drop the charges, she still violated because she was arrested and she was questioned. But at the end of the day, even if all charges were dropped and the James case just went away, she still violated her order. She did not do community service. That was the biggest thing of you doing your 120 hours of community service within the 6 months. She paid the fees, but because she didn't do her customer service, her community service, this is attaching on more fees and more fees and more fees. So it doesn't even really matter at this point. So now she gets extradited back to Oklahoma. That is more fees added on. So yeah, so even if they drop these two little charges right here, or one go away, it doesn't even matter. She violated her order. She still did not do her community service, period. So at the end of the day, but see, here's the thing. When you get in trouble, you have to suffer the consequences, especially when you have children. I'm just going to be frank with you. You could do anything. I actually go volunteer every now and then at a homeless shelter. There's no reason why you could have went to do cooking, fold up clothes, whatever the case may be. Chrisean could have done that. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all. She could have done that. They didn't have to bring cameras or nothing. And I was thinking about this in my head. Maybe she didn't want to go because, of her celebrity status, but that has nothing to do with anything. At the end of the day, you have to do. And if I take Chrisean out of the equation, and I just really think about my clients or the attorney's clients, that they call me and they be like, I violated my probation. Like, first of all, you hired us, we appeared on your behalf, and then got you this good old deal, and now you stop paying us because you got what you want. But then you go and you violate your probation, and now you're calling us back and blase, blase, blase. How can we help you if you're not doing what you are supposed to do? It's just costing you more money. And I'm tired of chasing you for the money. Y'all do not realize how many calls I get. Be like, man, can y'all appear for me again? I done got another charge, or I didn't violate my probation. Really. So I say all of this to say, when you're dealing with legal matters, it is very important that you handle them. I repeat, handle them. There's nothing that you can do when you have not done what you are supposed to do. And that's exactly. Cardi B did her community. So you are not above anybody. So for me, I like Chrisean. Chrisean's my girl, but I'm going to be frank with you. She should have done what she was supposed to do, knowing that you had a child. It was too late. Like, here's the thing. If you wanted somebody, if you had an attorney in Oklahoma, you could say, hey, I'm pregnant, or this is what's going on. Can you see if you can, file something in Oklahoma? None of that was done. None of it was done at all. After she got, what was that? She pled guilty. So on the 15th, when she got that plea deal, she asked to go to Oklahoma. She asked to go back to California and do her community service and her probation over there. They ain't heard from that girl since. You have to, like, the legal field is not a game. It is not a game. Procrastinate. I am the biggest procrastinator there is. And I'll be on my kids. Like, you were lucky. Like, I would have just took the 30 days of jail. To be honest, I would have taken the 30 days in jail, so that way I wouldn't have to do that. So so I just wanted to show you guys that these are two different charges. Oklahoma is not going away. They have a bench warrant. These are felony charges. They have nothing to do with the criminal charges that are here. Two separate cases, two different states. Okay? If the charges are dropped here, that means absolutely nothing in Oklahoma. I repeat, if these charges are dropped, that means absolutely nothing in Oklahoma. She still has a bench warrant out, and they will pick her up so she can do her 30 days. The 30 days ain't changing. I repeat, the 30 days ain't changing. The judge has signed off on that order. This order right here. The order for commitment 30 days issued by the sheriff. Now, do you believe Smiley about the time served? For the California case, if that is the case, then that will only apply to California. That will have nothing to do with Oklahoma. Do I honestly think they're coming? A lot of people don't realize that I live in Texas, so I do have family in Oklahoma. And my mother was a fugitive, but out of Texas, and she ran to Oklahoma. And when you have a fugitive felony warrant, they are coming after you. Texas and Oklahoma do not play. They do not play. Y'all have to realize that they have been trying to get with Chrisean since May of last year. That's 2 months after the judge granted her a deferred sentence. Well, we are going to see. We are going to see. Yes, it was interstate probation. We are going to see. That's all I can say. But honestly, I don't know. She went to jail because of this here. She didn't go to jail because of the Oklahoma. She went to jail because she had a warrant out for these 2 misdemeanors. Now, she does get time served for these cases. That's one thing. But for Oklahoma, I just don't know. We shall see. We shall see. I will definitely keep you guys updated on that. I will definitely. And I will look at that interstate probation thing. But Oklahoma, these people don't care. They want all their time. But, they will probably be graceful. I hope that they're graceful and say, hey, okay, you did. I mean, I know it was 3 days. Wait, we should get picked up on the 10th. So what, 4 days? I hope that 4 days would count against something, but I likely doubt it. But we're just going to keep her in our prayers. But just to kind of sum everything up, guys, let me go ahead and stop sharing. So kind of just, sum everything up. These are 2 completely different criminal cases. The Cali cases, that is assault and battery. Those are misdemeanors. The Oklahoma case is a felony. They have nothing to do with each other. Because she was Cali, I'm sorry, my puppy's going crazy. Just because she was picked up in Cali, Oklahoma placed a hold on her because they have a bench warrant and they were actively looking for her. We don't know how this is going to play out. I'm looking at the dockets to see how her hearing this morning will be, but I'm also going to really keep looking out for and see how Oklahoma plays out, because that is the biggest one there. You have a bench warrant, and I just want to make sure that she does what she needs to do. She's in there. There's nothing that we can do. Oh, one thing about that too, that a lot of people saying that she had, and I want to explain the attorney thing. Anytime you retain an attorney, right, it's going to show on the court docket. It's going to show, right. Oh, darn. I'm thinking I'm sharing my screen. Hold on. Just briefly. So here it shows. So this was the last. So this attorney is the one that got her the deferred sentence. But normally here it shows the represented parties. The only reason this will not show is if they're not actively their attorney. Okay. So this was the attorney that got her the deferred sentence, but it does not show that he represents her. Hey, Shiva's Corner. Hey. So as of right now, I looked through the docket, and the only time that he was present, let me see. So the last transaction was the day that she got her deferred sentence. That was the last communication. Even they tried to get in contact with Chrisean. So as of right now, I don't know if he is still her attorney of record, only because there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing. And yeah, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. That's the first thing I go to ensure that our attorney is listed. Whenever we appear on or somebody hires us, whether it's personal injury, family law, or criminal law, I automatically go to the docket to make sure that it's updated and it's correct and they have the right attorney for the party. So her name is not right there. So it could be that he is still her attorney, but she may not have paid, because what happens is in criminal cases, especially if you do not pay us, I send you an email, I call you, leave you a voicemail. And if you don't pay, I don't hear from you, the attorney gives me the okay to file a motion to withdraw. So I don't see a motion to withdraw on here, which is a good thing, but it doesn't look good that she's not on there. Now, if he removed himself, that could very well be, but at the same time, there's no motion to withdraw as counsel. Let me see. Is this case? Well, it says that the judge is unassigned. I'm trying to see if I have to look into another system, but I'm not going to do it because then that's my personal work system. So I'm trying to see if the case is closed, but I don't think the case is closed, only because the order was issued and a bench warrant was issued. So the case is still open. So it's just interesting to see if Mr. Gallen is actually going to represent her for this. Like I said, if the California attorney wants to represent her in Oklahoma, they're going to have to fill out a pro hoc vice application, which takes a couple of days to get approved. And they could very well do that. Or the California attorney can hire a local counsel in Oklahoma. So there's a number of things that can be done. But as of right now, we don't know. So does she really have a case in Arizona? Okay, so the Arizona case, I looked at that one time and I think that is closed. But I will definitely, let me see. I forgot how I got there, but I'll probably look that up and do like a little mini video on that, and show you guys. Why did the bond drop from 20? Well, that is a good question. Why did it drop from $20,000 to $1? That could, and I'm not an attorney, so I can't just be, putting my legal 2 cents in there, but it could be that they might be dropping a charge. We don't know, because I know the $20,000 charge. Oh my gosh, where did I see that at? I have to go into another system. That $20,000 bond. Wait, nope. I'm thinking of Oklahoma. Oklahoma, the first one was $20,000 and it dropped to $1 million. But I think that just means that they still have a hold on her. That's what it was. Y'all just got me working this morning. Y'all got me working. Okay. What am I trying to do? Yeah, I have so many cases in my head that it's wild. It is wild. Oh, was it 50? Yeah, I'll probably think about one of my clients' cases, because I don't know why that 20. No, you know what? I'm thinking about somebody else's. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me click off of there. I'm going to click off of there. Girl, I'll tell you, I'll be working. So I'm thinking, I was like 20,000. Yeah, so it could be that a charge possibly could have been dropped off, or it could be mean that Oklahoma had a certain amount. That part I don't know, but we'll see. Could it be that they discovered the Woe Vicky case was bogus? Well, that's the whole purpose of doing discovery, is collecting all of the evidence. I'm gonna be frank with y'all. For one, not everybody check on us. Okay, so Chrisean may be big to us in our little old world, but on the other side, them folks could care less about Chrisean Rock. Okay, that's number one. Number two, they're not going to take anything from a movie scene that could have been, or reality TV scene that could possibly be edited. Okay, they are going to take witness statements. They are going to look at, if there were any recordings on phones, anything of that nature. But you notice that nobody had their phones out during that Whoa Vicky scene. But if they had good defense attorneys and paralegals like myself that will kind of comb every inch of that case, it could, it could be a possibility that some of the charges might get dropped. I don't know. I have not checked on Maryland, and I'll do that later on when I take a break. They were saying like it was drip, but they keep the one because it's a hold. Yeah, it is a hold. It's a hold. That hold is not going anywhere no time soon. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. It's crazy because this is my first live from my Legaldoc Talk 24/7 channel. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for the love and the subscriptions on YouTube. I was very taken back from seeing all the love and support. You guys are awesome. I will keep some updates out on these cases, and your girl gonna come back and explain what I need to explain, so you guys can have a better understanding. Thank you, Shiva's Corner. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, Jasmine, for tuning in. Y'all are awesome. And yeah, that's it. So you ladies have an awesome, blessed, productive day, and I'll see you guys back here later. Toodles!